What is up? Can y'all hear this? I'm still doing some testing. It's been fun trying to figure it out, but definitely comes with its fair share of problems. I'll put it like that. So what'd you think about the pre-stream? Let me know. And I'm gonna kind of get into this one. I'm not gonna waste too much time because y'all waited long enough. I ran a poll on YouTube and Instagram about like what y'all want to talk about. I got a lot of good topics. So I don't know if I'd get through them all, but should. Tech gremlins are the worst. Oh no, what does that mean? Does that mean you can't hear this? Oh no. Let me check the stream, I guess. Let me know if y'all can hear this. Oh yeah, it is. It's weird. I wonder why I'm not picking myself up in my ears. It's not coming through at all. But it's definitely going to be something on my end, I'm sure. Yeah, okay, I can hear it now. I'm sorry. I know why. I'm dumb. All right, so one thing that I wanted to get into or talk about is someone asked me what God's teaching me, and not to get, cliche or whatever. He's actually teaching me patience right now. Kind of in a season, a good season. It's like a churchy word or Christian word, season, But God is just teaching me to be patient and see what he's doing. And it's what I love about it is like hindsight's always 20/20, but I have to like get through it to have the hindsight. In the middle of it, I don't have it. So it's like I don't enjoy it, and I know I should. But yeah, it's been a fun few weeks. So it is weird. I don't have myself at all. And I don't know why. Well, only one way to tell. I'm gonna grab a guitar. What guitar do y'all want? There is the kind of olive green Texas Miracle, the white Veritas, the big hollow body Gretsch, the jet Gretsch, and then the blue guitar, the Nystrom. Y'all pick. I'll see if I can figure out why I can't hear myself while y'all tell me what you want. And I'm going to seriously get right into it. I got really good topics I want to kind of talk with y'all. Y'all the ones that brought up the topics, so I want to make sure I honor that for sure. I want to play something briefly. And I'm just gonna, it's a test for me. Someone did ask a really funny one, like, hey, what's your least favorite thing about doing this? And it's there's a lot of things that kind of get under my skin, but I signed up for this. And one of them is, and I'm doing the right thing, I'm going through all the videos slowly, because it gets monotonous. But they go, why don't you ever post the key that it's in? And part of like being a musician is like figuring that stuff out and using your ear and training your ear. We live in a culture where it's like the answers are always given to us. So we kind of, you know, I'm guilty of that too, where I just look it up and I don't try to train my ear. But I'm going to do a test really fast. I'm just testing a video of mine. Okay, sorry y'all. I was just testing why I don't hear myself in my ears. This is super weird. And I think I know why. All right. I'll have to deal with that later. For now, I'm going to have to just figure it out. What guitar? Hollow. You got it. And I'll get to that one in just a second. Watch this. Hey, watch this. Oh, I'm just grabbing the guitar. That's all I wanted. I just wanted to test this. And while we're at it, I'm going to get underneath my desk and figure out if my in-ears came unplugged. I think they did. Just bear with me. I'm sorry. I'm figuring it out. All right. Let me know what y'all think of that silly graphic up there. All right. I hear myself now, and now I know why. Amateur mistake, y'all. I had this headphone jack plugged into the wrong input. So, rookie mistake. Someone asked on Instagram, how many times does it take me to do a song for me to like get it where I feel good enough to edit? And each song is different, and it takes like a lot. Sometimes it takes like 4 or 5 takes of the same song. Let me know. I'm going to do some checks real quick. Y'all hear that? Pretty good? I'm getting good meters on this. Y'all let me know. And my favorite worship song to play, I really don't have one. I know it sounds cliche, but I don't. I guess if I had one like right now, believe it or not, it is EG2 of House of the Lord by Vertical Worship. How's that sounding? Y'all can hear it, I'm sure. I'm working on that one right now. Another one by Elevation. That's a good pick. Oh, yeah. And I'm trying to figure out the EG2 part without changing the tuning. Because if you listen, Joey's for sure. He's not just... I don't think he's just going drop D. And it's hard with those sometimes because there's like 8 guitar tracks sometimes. And that is one of them. If you look at the multi-tracks, which I don't use... you learned it today? Did you learn EG1 or EG2? Or both? One. Yeah, I'm working on that. I need less reverb. I already know that. And more of the like modulation. And I would use a different guitar, but I'll try this one. I haven't really done much of the tone building and shaping yet. I'm getting there. I was just learning the notes earlier. I leave town tomorrow morning, so I don't really have time to get into it. 5. Okay, so great example. Okay, Battle Belongs. I wonder if I have rhythm. Yeah, I do. Great example. Battle Belongs does have like 9 guitar tracks, and I just always go back to the album. I go back to the album and I listen to it pretty closely, and I figure out what is actually being highlighted. Sorry, I'm just moving this. What is actually being highlighted and what is actually heard. And I just go from there. And I know this is like a cliche argument or a cliche take, but I really just try to make sure it sounds remotely close to the album first. And then if there's like intricacies that I want to try, then I look at the tracks. So needless to say, I'm doing that same approach with another one by Elevation. I'm going to the album or YouTube, really just taking a listen to what they want us to hear. And I'm trying not to pay attention to the things that aren't heard. Sounds like it's coming through. It might be coming through. Well, no, my speakers are off. So I think I might have done that though, unintentionally. I'll do another little check. Colton, how's that sound? Oh my gosh. Bro, I'm figuring this out. I had it muted. I could hear it. You all couldn't. Why didn't y'all tell me? This is crazy. Amateur hour, bro. Y'all should definitely hear that now. Please tell me you heard that for sure. What? The same? Is it really not coming through? Oh. Okay. Look, this is my second live stream, so I'm figuring this out. I'm kind of like building it as I'm learning. So I feel like I've figured it out for the most part, but it's little things like that. Oh man. Oh, I know better too. That's the crazy part. I so know better. All right. hopefully that made sense though to answer your question. I'll turn that up just a hair. Sweet. Glad. Have you ever played EG for hymns? Yes. Less is more. the old adage. Less is more. I would go clean, maybe a little bit of reverb, and I do a lot of finger picking. I just can't think of one right now, but that's what I would do. And then if it's kind of entering that like post-rock kind of thing, that's when you can get a little more creative. I got a really cool. That's a dual delay, a lot of reverb, just when you don't really want to stick out too much, but you kind of want to offer some post-rock kind of vibes, pop, whatever you want to call it. All right, so one of the topics I want to get into is tone and how to be bold with it, or can you be bold with it? I forget exactly how it was phrased. And the answer is obviously yes. Here's an example. So I have an EG2 preset right now. It says EG2 .8 clean. And then one baritone-ish. I don't know if that's coming across the screen here. I'll show it to you. Watch this. Okay, it's barely maybe too exposed. But if you look at the RJM right here, you can see the words maybe barely on the stream. And this is like how I build just some of the EG2 sounds, and it's kind of a baritone-ish sound. I want to actually talk about this for a second. So you can play, I played this on the last live stream, but I really like it. You can play the key of B and not make it so boring. Because B is B's pretty hard. B's like one of those keys where guys want to like usually capo, and I actually encourage you to try not to and get creative with it. And it's hard to not play like just power chords where you have the root, the fifth, and the octave. So here's an example is, I'm actually going to clean this up just a hair. Here's an example is you can actually go B, and then the 4 chord, and then the 5 chord, and then the 6. Back to the 1. So what I'm looking for there is a little bit of grit, a little bit of growl, and I think that's bold, personally. Now you add delay and reverb, and this is EG2. This is like a pretty go-to staple of mine. When it's usually kind of in a diamond type pattern where I'm hitting like chords and not really strumming a lot, just big chords that just kind of hit and just let the chord go. And doesn't even have to be a down moment. So here's the 4. 1, 5, 6, 4, 5, 1. Now, check it out. So this is like a really, really common thing I noticed. This is in the key of C. Open chords sound awesome. Cowboy chords, awesome in the key of C. But check it out. You capo 1, you do the exact same thing as I just did. And even if you don't like that, like you could actually clean it up even more, but get some grit. That's the key of C. That's just how I'm bold with it. I mean, you can obviously stay with open chords. Key of C is a great example. Sounds so good. But that B shape, going back to the key of B, so we're going to have a key change here, but to the 4. And all I'm doing is taking the root, like cowboy chord. I want to clean it up. So I'm taking the normal E-shaped chord there. And then I'm taking the open E and then the 2nd fret of the A and the D. And then the 4th fret of the G. Sounds really, it sounds cool. It sounds like it's open, but it's not. That's what I love about this chord shape is it's almost tricking you that it's an open chord and it's not at all. The only open string is the low E. Now, if you go to the 1, there is no open ones. Then you go to the 5, it sounds open again, but it's not. So all that is the F sharp on the 2nd fret. I'm keeping these 2 fingers right where they're at. And I'm muting that A string. And then the 6, 4, 1. So I'm going to go over this again really, really quick. How I'm bold in EG2 is I get outside of like the average chord voicings. And then I add reverb and delay as I see fit. And I'll talk about that in just a second, okay? So a great example in that key of B. Here's the 1 chord. Here's the 4, 5, 6, 4, 1. Like I said, it sounds like it's open, but it's not. It's not at all, actually. Actually, a lot of it's muted. Now you take the key of C, you have those cowboy chords and open notes. 4, 1, 6, 5, 1. Sounds good. A lot of open strings in there. So it always sounds good at cowboy chords with the key of C. But you capo 1, you do the exact same shapes as I just showed you. 4, 1. Then what did we do? The 6, 5. And all that I'm adding is an 8th preset, 8th of, and it's called 8th low end. I'll show this to you. It's on the timeline, 8th low end and a modulated room reverb. So just keep that chord shapes and those chord voicings in mind from when you kind of get bored in the key of B. They sound awesome. And then you can just always capo 1 fret up and keep it kind of low and growly in the key of C without sounding weird. You don't have to make it as modulated and delayed as that. I mean, you can keep it relatively clean. The other question that got asked was, well, it was a longer one, but said basically that the videos, they don't think I play like one for one what the tracks are, which is, I don't, because I don't have the tracks. I just go off the 30-second samples I hear on multi-tracks, and then mostly the album, the record, and I try to blend everything as I possibly can, and then add a little bit of creativity and all that stuff. So with that, what ends up happening is I take some small liberties when I play, whether live or even in a video, where I just try to take what I think serves the song, you know, typical kind of what we want to do in the first place. And it's not always one for one. I've had people come up to me and go, you know, you played that wrong. And I'm like, it may not have been like one for one for what the song is, but I tried my best, you know what I mean? So, nonetheless, I try, but I think there's room for taking liberties. I want to kind of noodle around on Firm Foundation because that's the one song that kind of comes to my mind. I'm not really hearing it right now, but that's an example of you have the main hook throughout the song when it's big, you know, where it does the A and then suspends it. But you can get a lot of crazy cool voicings in that aren't necessarily what they played on the album. And that's one of the songs that I feel like it's wide open. You can do a lot of things there as an EG1 especially, even as an EG2. But yeah, what else do y'all got? I try to just serve the song and then melodically play almost like a harmony vocal would sing. I try to harmonize with the melody and then know when to like double up with the melody or the hook, whatever it might be in the moment of that song. But what else y'all got? I had a checklist somewhere, making sure I was on point here. Oh, well, one of them was how do you add creativity in the EG2? And the question was, how do you add creativity into EG2 without like getting totally away from the parts of the song? And I kind of already talked about that. That was just one example though. Another one that I do is, I know this is like kind of weird, but I just sometimes pick one string really low and I'll play it. Like, I'm trying to think of an example, man. Oh, there it is. Okay. That's an example actually right there, honestly, is Firm Foundation, where it does a walk up and a walk down at the same time. Dun, 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 dun. That, well, the guitar, EG2, you can walk up. And you would end right there. And now what I do is I actually add fuzz on that. Whoops. Goobered that up, but that's not even what I wanted to do. Where's that preset at? Here we go. fart there for a second. So, here would be the example. That's just an example of how I take liberties. I know it sounds weird by itself, but in the song, when you add everything else going on, I think it sounds pretty cool. How long have you been playing for? It sounds like a year, but I've been playing for 15 or no, almost 20 years now. Almost 20 years. A lot of breaks in between. I was in the military, and I kind of got away from it for a minute. Got real rusty, came back at it, broke a bunch of fingers. Every finger on this hand, except one, has been broken or like snapped or something along the way. So, from usually like jujitsu or something, just silly. What else you got? I'm about to probably let y'all go. I gotta catch a flight early in the morning. You're really trying to trick me there, aren't you, bro? No, I was in the Marines. I think I was going to talk about this earlier. I think what's cool is right now, more than ever, it's a really, really good time to be a guitarist in this realm. There's all these avenues to learn, get better, but also there's a lot of like really cool gear. Like for instance, I don't have a Helix. I've never even tried it. I haven't. It's like I almost don't want to, because I have to learn something again. And all this down here is like I had to become a student to it in order to really like understand it, so that when people call for things, I can do it rather quickly. Doesn't mean I'll do it perfectly. I just mean I can do it quickly. I can figure it out is my point. But dude, I mean, what a cool time to be a guitarist right now. I'm probably gonna live stream maybe twice a month, like every other week. I think that'd be fair. What do y'all think? I think it's fun too. And I think, as time goes on, people, as long as you keep showing up and doing it regularly, and I don't be a goober and mess up like the audio, like I did earlier, which I appreciate y'all hooking me up and telling me. I had this on mute, like this one little thing right here on the computer. If I just looked at it, it was flashing red, and I thought it was one channel, and it wasn't. It was the other. It was the guitar channel. Yeah, I think twice a month will be fair. If I can do it smart for me, so I'm not like putting unnecessary stress on me. Believe it or not, doing this is actually pretty stressful. Not to be like throwing a pity party, but I want to make sure I'm giving like songs a chance to learn for me, but also doing them regularly enough to where they post regularly enough. Right now in my life, I feel like I can only do like like maybe every other week, get one like learned, and then I have to do all the tone shaping, edit or film it, and probably do it a few takes, edit it, post it. But that's also with the tabs and presets and everything on the website has to be already ready to go, already on the website when I go, because I want it to where if it's on YouTube, it's on the website by then. So I try to post them in the same day, but I can't keep up with like multiple times a week. That was impossible. But one a week would be nice. And then maybe a live stream every now and then. So I'm going to do a live stream and leave it up for now for this week. And then let's see, the next song, I'm working on another one. Like the song, another one by Elevation. And then I have My Help by Josh Baldwin. I got to edit it. And then what was the other one? I can actually look right here. My Help. Oh, House of the Lord. Which is such a cool song, man. I'm sorry, I gotta do it. So the workshop idea, I don't know. Y'all tell me. I'm going to leave this up and see if anyone makes comments on it. And I'll make maybe like a YouTube short, kind of asking the question or something. But what do y'all think a workshop style live stream could look like? What would you want to see? And more importantly, how could I not waste your time in doing a workshop? Because a workshop kind of sounds like 1990s to me. So I don't want to waste your time in like asking about it if it's something that genuinely just doesn't even interest you. But it'd be like kind of like what we're doing. You bring in topics and we just talk about it. Doesn't mean I'm right. Doesn't mean I got it all figured out. It just means I'm facilitating the conversation through the live stream. That's the whole point of a workshop, is that it's not hopefully just one person doing all the talking. It's more of a collective thing. And I know it's weird because I'm the one on video and then there's the chat, but I'm just trying to facilitate a format for that. But yeah, I don't know if that answers your question or not. What do y'all think of this guitar? It's a Copper Falcon. I didn't even know much about them until this is actually a trade. I got this off of a trade. I mean, it's a typical hollow body, but it kind of is supposed to reflect more of the Falcon sound. Yeah, man. Yeah, I mean, actually, if you're looking at the pedal board view, this is my workflow. So all my wet effects on top, which I've done a video about, like a short one, everything that kind of drives the engine is under the hood. Which we can get into that some other time. It's late, so I don't want to waste too much of your time, and I gotta save some room for stuff later on or some other time. But not everything there is necessarily in order, but I can just run through it real quick. Is compressor, octave, fuzz, super dirty. These two over here, the daily driver and the protein, both sides of the protein, are all single or first stage, just different flavors. So the green side is pretty dark. I'll show that to you right now. Here's clean. Let me do a G chord. Totally out of tune, but the green side is more dark. The blue side is actually pretty like well-rounded, even though that's a blues breaker circuit. Kind of has some. It can kind of have some chime to it almost, but I saved that for the daily driver. So this is clean. Here's the. Let me go green side. And then here's the blue side. Not as gritty. And there's the daily driver. But here's the thing. Before you go like, man, they sound the same. They actually don't. If you actually look at EQ and all that other stuff, I want to do a different chord. Let's do that 1 and 4 of the B. 4 chord 1. This is the daily driver. And then here's the blues breaker, the blue side. So a little more grit, and then listen to the green side. Darker and more grit. Just a touch more. Back to the daily driver. Now, what's cool about this, though, is if you add stuff to it. Daily driver. Here's blue side. All right, now check out the green side. All right, now watch this. This is what I love about this. And again, I know that in a single stage or first stage that doesn't sound, but different guitars do different things too. So like for instance, if I grab that Texas Miracle there, that sounds completely different. Green side, blue side, daily driver. Hollow bodies kind of add a lot of transients that like that other pickups other guitars don't. I know y'all know that. I don't know why I'm talking about that. Y'all know. Now this is the protein stacked. Check it out. Alright, now watch this. So that is the green side going into the blue. I'm going to take the blue off. I'm going to put the daily driver on. It adds a weird, I say weird, it's actually cool, a cool sparkle to the drive. Alright, so now watch if I take the green side off, put the blue side back in. So blue side protein into the daily driver. Same sparkle, but a totally different EQ. Anyways, that's why I like having those options, because I can stack them, create a really good second stage together. And then my third stage, I know this is like not answering the chat question, but this is one of the poll questions, is how about a stack and stuff. My third stage is a standalone kilt. It just does what the kilt does, which is just crazy. And then, well, that's a pog or an octave. But yeah, let me look at how much of the sound is based off YouTube. And well, it used to be. That's what I really used to chase like a long time ago. Now I just try to sound like myself with a little bit of inspiration from all these other guys. I try to be a melting pot of everyone else out there and try to learn as much as I can. Oh, dude, you're welcome, man. Thank you, man. Yeah, I mean, that's why I do it, is the prep time. I know that today's world's only getting crazier, so you don't have much time, and I do not want to waste it. Well, this has been fun. I'm going to try to do this earlier in the evening next time, so it's not at 9:30 Eastern and it ends at like 10:30. So, I don't know. I'll do another poll, figure out what time is best for everybody. Maybe add like a different camera angle. Y'all let me know. I don't know. I kind of like this right here. Y'all tell me. Do I need to move it? There's not really, I can't really move it too far to the right. But anyways, I'll figure that out. But if anything, if you've watched this whole thing, which is crazy, if you have, thank you. I seriously appreciate it. It's been fun. Think about like that EG2 chord voicing, that key of B, right? Don't sleep on that. It's a super easy way to play the key of B. And like I said, if you want to try that in the key of C, capo 1, and do the same as that chord voicings. EG2 is all about chord voicings and selecting the right ones to serve the right song at the right time. And I'm telling you, like, there's options in every chord voicing in every key. So, great example, key of G. A lot of people know that one real well. So what they do is they capo up to get to the key of B, which is a capo 4, and they'll play and they'll rock that out, which sounds totally different than down here. So same chords, same notes, different voicing sometimes. Well, I guess not always the same notes, or else it would be the same voicing, but different tone. So that really inspired me tonight, because one of the guys asked the questions about tone and how to be bold in that area, basically. But love y'all. I'm going to leave y'all for now. And in the stream, I'm going to polish this up, figure out a better way to have a better flow, and see you on the next one. Love y'all. Keep praying, keep playing.